Hey, we are live.
While that's happening, I'm gonna log into Restream.
Oh, shoot, what happened there? Okay, whew. That was good. I thought we just lost. I thought I just lost everything. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Now we'll just wait and see when people start jumping in.
Chat here. Put this over here.
Did you do any betting this weekend?
Nothing good, I'll tell you that.
That's what they were talking about on the McAfee show. Boston Connor, I guess, bid like our bid. He bet the under money line for everything, I think. And he was lost every one of them. He was hoping to hit just one. If he had just one, then he'd probably be okay. But I think he got screwed in every one.
Yeah, nothing good was happening. I know that for sure. I do have some bet tonight. I can't even remember what it was. I was just like almost out of money, so I put all of it on one thing. I think PJ Washington to score 20 points. And
Probably so.
so far, if this will load, we got any people in here? Oh, I think we got one person.
Yeah, one on YouTube. So I know it's not either of us checking to make sure it's on Facebook.
He has 11 points, and
Oh, just like that, we jumped up to
that was halftime.
4. We get one more person and we'll start the show.
I can do some sharing. I forgot to do it.
And we're talking about Throw Ohio too tonight, guys. If you're just tuning in, so didn't put that in the intro, but we got our number. We will see you guys here in just a second.
Warning. The following podcast episode is a couple of the same old jerk-offs talking about happenings in the axe-throwing world. It is meant to be informative, but can sometimes be downright boring. If you get bored, that's okay. You can stop watching, because someone else might find this informative. The opinions discussed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of our peers or any axe-throwing organization. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Sit Your Axe Down. This is episode 30. I'm Kyle. Luke's over there, as always. And I just realized that I didn't do the cupcake eating video. I've gotten some, good videos at, the last 2 or 3 things we've went to, and I haven't used it at all. I haven't updated the intro. I need to do that again. But yeah, welcome to another episode. Happy you guys joined us. This is our last episode before Worlds, which is not this weekend, next weekend, technically next Wednesday, with the relay tournament. I guess we talk about that too, talking about the relay tournament.
Yeah, the real question is, why has everybody not signed up for the relay?
I've seen a handful of people who have put kind of feelers out there looking for some teammates.
Hagen Gooden is looking for 2 teammates, I believe.
2?
You're looking to pick up a good thrower? Yeah, I don't know. I think he was trying to get some people from Murderers Row. I don't know. Money Matt didn't respond to him. Just left him hanging. I'm not sure.
Man.
Maybe he has one teammate. I don't know. But he's looking. I saw some other people looking too, so go ahead and get signed up.
Yeah, if you are looking for a teammate, comment in the stream here, and we'll try to keep a list. So if we see people looking for teammates, we can refer you to said people.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, and if you don't have somebody, then you can always show up around between 5 and 5:30. We're gonna be able to match some people up if people are wanting to throw, but haven't been able to form a team yet. And then we're gonna cut off signups at 5:30. and then we'll get it started right at 6. So
Yeah, it should be a fun time. Won't
yeah,
be.
can't be a bad time, that's for sure.
Yeah, it won't last like 20 hours like any other skills based competition has in the past. So it'll run smooth. We've done a handful of
Last 20 hours, you don't know.
we've we've I mean it'll last 20 hours if we get like a ton of people sign up. So sign up so it takes 20 hours.
Yeah, right now
Um,
we're on 10 teams, I think. Or well, 11. I think there's another team that just joined.
but
But
we did a handful of skills based stuff over the last year with different tournaments we've done, and relay definitely was by far and away the most consistent. I mean, I think it has been since the beginning. Relay has always been the best game that's really come out of the pro am skills competition. So
all right. What are we gonna talk about first? Just order of events. We'll talk about do a real quick recap of a couple of tournaments.
yeah, do you remember the one you did with in Detroit?
I can probably work my way through it.
All right. What? How many of the things did you win?
Um, just 2,
Two.
was there? 3? There was knives, yeah.
Yeah, there was knives, but
Yeah, 3.
I think
3.
Tyler won the knives though.
No, Tyler
You
won big X.
you won the knives? Oh, so Tyler just got the bid.
Yeah, Tyler got the bid.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing was the bid.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Tyler got the bid. And I'm just not gonna know third places, I think. That's gonna be the tough part.
Well, I think we just did the wins for the other ones. I think we know.
All right. So yeah, I think it was technically amateur hatchet because they didn't have open hatchet, I think,
Oh,
because
okay.
of
So it was grouped in. So it was a local
yeah,
like
just a local.
classification.
So yeah, I won hatchet, knives, and Tyler also won 2 things because we won duels. And then Tyler just like cheated during Big X. He went 19 for 19 on kills.
I
I mean,
saw that. That's pretty awesome.
I was able to. I lost very easily to him in the A final, and then I won. I think I played Dustin. I think Dustin got third. So I won in B. Came back, threw pretty well. I was happy. I beat him twice, and then took it to that next set, and then yeah, he just wouldn't miss again. And I had a lead in one of the games. I threw my 1-4 of the day, of course, on throw like 4 of that game and gave up the lead. So,
There you go.
but yeah, it was good overall tournament. Both of us have been wanting to get out to Act Parlor, and so it was cool to go out, check it out.
Your main goal though was locking down companion pass though.
That was actually my yeah. So I was like 1 away, and if I could get that one, then I meant that we got to use the companion pass for um, going to Worlds, and then every other tournament for the rest of the year. So I was just trying to get it before Worlds, really.
Nice.
That was,
Nice. And then the other tournament was at Swampax this past weekend.
yep. Oh, there was another tournament. I'll try to work my way through that one, but we'll do Swamp Axe real quick.
Yep.
Ruben,
Gator Games.
yeah, Swamp Axe, Gator Games. We'll start off with Am Hatchet. That was Kevin Silver. And then the Open Hatchet was Ruben Vargas. Big Axe, John Cotter. Duels, Eric Rimbloss and Michael Titus. And then Knife was Tom Corey, and Knife Duels was Ragnar Beard and Dan Steele. So congrats to those winners from the Gators games. And then the other tournament was at Relax. And Josh Horner. Oh, who's this person? We got us a little troll in our comments. Who's this guy? Commented a YouTube link.
Oh.
Give me a second. Let me handle this.
Can we?
Hope he wasn't a real person because I'm deleting it.
Okay, you can add to block lists too.
He's out of here. Good. Better luck next time, bud. Let's see. Josh Horner won Hatchet at that. He also won duels with his partner. Sebastian won knife. I don't know who won Big X.
Which tournament?
Relax.
I still have it pulled up. I can.
Yeah, he'll figure that out. While he's figuring out who won the other things, they're
Which things am I looking up?
Big X, and then
Big
I don't know if they had
Oh man! Oh, there we go. I was gonna say none of their descriptions were showing the thing. Big X was Stephen Thorgerson.
Okay, he won big.
Yep.
Nice. All right, so those are your winners from Relax. I think that was their last tournament as that venue is closing.
It was. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Seen a handful of other venues posting closing.
Yeah. It's that time. It's that time. Those leases, well, leases are up.
Yeah,
So are people.
leases are up, and we're getting close to that change in weather, and it'll start to slow down. And if things were already slow, then that sucks.
That just depends on where you live, because it's actually summer wasn't bad for us here.
It wasn't bad for you. Well, so I shouldn't say like it like the right when it got warm, people would
Yeah.
like go back outside, and then like as soon as it hits like mid 90s and you can literally cut the humidity with a butter knife, they start to come back inside. So
Yeah, then it's a little different.
yeah.
Um,
I did see somebody did have Yoshi asked what a companion pass was.
yeah, I saw that Brian let him know, but basically a companion
Oh,
pass
okay. There we go.
is when I buy a ticket now, I can assign a companion, and so Jenna is my companion, and so she flies for free on Southwest flights. Still have to pay like taxes and
There you
stuff.
go. I was gonna say almost free, like $11.
Yeah,
Uncle Sam has to get his,
right.
or Elon Musk has to get his, one way or the other, whatever way you look at it. Yeah. So those were a quick recap of those tournaments. So Worlds, probably the next topic. We mentioned relay. How many teams do we have so far, Lucas?
10. I think there's 10 teams currently.
10 teams for relay, and that's going to be at Lumberjack Johnny's.
Wednesday at 6 p.m. We're closing the signups at 5:30 p.m. So like if you're trying to come in last minute, do it. You got to be there before 5:30 because I am cutting it off.
Shoot, I was looking for a side chat. There we go.
But she's fine now if she doesn't want out. Yes, Matt. All of the kids have been getting their fruits. I have not had to arrest any cafeteria ladies. Everything's good.
What about
And
Money? What's he doing? Did he
what?
last? Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen him in person. Did he switch schools?
Oh yeah, he switched. He got let go and still got paid, and I don't know.
Nice,
He's rich.
because that program or whatever went out. Yeah. Oh, all right.
Yes, Aaron. There's just the three of you on the team, and so you do relay like a typical relay where you'll all three throw one knife, you'll all three throw one hatchet, you'll all three throw each of the implements. But because it's so close to Worlds, we don't want anybody to, damage an axe or anything. There will be outer bullseyes that are available, so you don't have to risk hurting your 15-foot axe or anything. So you'll be safe. Maybe. I think I'm still just gonna go for it.
What's that?
Like the bullseye.
Oh, yeah, sure. Gosh, Joe, the three dots keep popping up because I asked Joe a question if Lumberjack Johnny's was going to have specials and stuff.
Yeah, they are. If you sign up for the relay, you get unlimited throwing for the rest of the night. and unlimited free sodas, I believe. And I don't work there, so don't quote me on that. But I think that's what it
So I
said.
was gonna, yeah, we're gonna quote Joe, but the dots come
No,
and then the dots go.
pretty sure it says that on the thing. Also in the comments, I don't know if any, if you saw my post earlier, I'm gonna comment it again. But if you were wondering your seating or somebody else's seating, you can click that there spreadsheet.
Yeah,
And
that's gonna be next topic. All right,
yeah,
we'll come back to the Lumberjack Johnny specials if when Joe
yeah,
responds.
if Joe lets us know what they are, we'll let you know. But I mean, I can also just look.
But so Waddle sent out a seating list, and then you created this tool essentially so that you could go in, you could type your first name, last name, and it will pull your seating for all the disciplines.
Correct. Yeah, I originally had it set up just so I could seed the relay because I
Right.
thought the best way to do that was to get everybody's seed. And then I realized that I only needed to just copy my things. It only took like 5 more minutes to do every discipline. So,
Nice.
uh, yes, it does say that the $150 includes open throwing until close.
Okay.
And um, oh, and if you buy a weekend pass, that includes a free shuttle from the host hotel to Lumberjack Johnny's and unlimited throwing and free fountain soda.
Okay. I also got additional word that they will have $15 buckets of PBR.
Ooh,
They're also going to have a pretty cool food feature, um, Texas Twinkies. They're $15 for three. They're jalapenos stuffed with smoked cream cheese, brisket, top secret seasonings, wrapped in bacon and smoked.
I mean that sounds fine, but a Twinkie sounded really good too.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what Joe said. Joe had for us. So should be a good time. Lumberjack Johnny's was a great spot during the pro am. That was the last thing we were there for, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, it should be good.
yeah, it's been a little bit since we've been there. Pro am.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that long,
Oh,
but it has been a while.
Gary Gork asked if there was any big axe duels, and as a matter of fact, there is. It is during knife on Thursday, I believe.
So if you
I don't know
don't,
for sure when it is.
so if you're
So,
not throwing knife, you can participate in big axe duels,
correct. I believe so.
and
It might be even big axe.
that is
I
where
don't know. At Lumberjack
at
Johnny's.
Lumberjack Johnny's.
I think. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Don't quote me.
Nice. All right, so back to the seating. Um, any thoughts on seating that you want to chat about, or some of it's just a little
There's,
odd, but
so here's the thing. Oh yeah, there's also a swaddle tournament at some point. I have not heard the time on that. There's also the um, knife princess turn. What's it? Knife queen tournament.
yeah,
Queen of knife tournament.
knife queen, I think. Yep.
Yeah, that's Thursday at some point early, I think. Um, oh, Joe also said there's a $25 day pass or a $50 weekend pass for unlimited throwing and soda. So
Nice.
don't forget. Thursday at 6 o'clock, Aaron thinks for swaddle. So during knife on Thursday, because knife starts at like 4, I think.
Knife duels.
Is that the first thing on
Yep.
Thursday?
That's what we talked about the other day.
Knife duels starts at 4.
Which makes sense because if you're gonna have those extra things, like knife duels is probably the least participated in,
Yeah,
I guess.
I could see that. Oh, but it looks like also Big Axe Duels is at 6, so who knows?
Yeah, they're probably running concurrently or something like that.
Because I'll tell you who doesn't know, me.
Yeah, we don't.
I mean, I might be able to figure it out though. Appleton.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was gonna say if Big Axe Duels is at 6, the Swaddle tournament's probably at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, because they are gonna be approaching bedtime.
So I don't know anything about those other ones, but the Big X Duels is actually hosted by them, and it shows on the event that it is starting at 5 p.m. on Thursday. It's from 5 to 11 p.m.
Oh yeah, we also at Lumberjack Johnny's we have our own Murderers Row beer that will be on tap. It is the Murderers Row Pills from Three Sheeps Brewing, and yeah, so hit up the staff there, hit that Murderers Row Pills. Try and, yep, we're hyping it up, Joe.
No, he's going to. He's gonna do it.
But yeah, seating. We kind of got sidetracked again.
All right, seating, because there was words. All right, so here's my take on seating. Um, Seating is almost always not 100% accurate because I mean, there's so many variables. There's so many things that can happen. Like, somebody might have not thrown for 4 or 5 months and now they're throwing again. Obviously, their seed is going to be different. There could be an injury that, like Mike Dixon got his bid really early in the year, and then he had elbow surgery, and so he threw left-handed for most of this, or pretty much all of 2024. And then he's still seated pretty highly.
It's one thing to
because
throw like a hatchet left-handed, but to pick up knives and throw knives left-handed.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many things that can happen. There's also, I do think that there are possibly more accurate ways to do it than how are being done for Worlds.
Yeah,
To an
I
extent.
think it was weird like seeing some of them like they seeded like based on when you got the bid, and it was like based on when you got the bid and then average. So there was like it was like first 5 or whatever were like good averages, but there was like a 6 or 7 point span between the first one and the fifth one, and then like the
Yeah.
sixth seed has an average that was 4 or 5 points higher than what the fifth seed had in front of them. So like I feel like that's a weird way to do seeding, and it kind of like unfortunately somebody is going to get hosed because of that. At some point they're going to have to face a team that they probably shouldn't have had to face until later. But
Yeah, there's not it's mostly Knife that's doing kind of weird stuff. Um, because they're the ones doing it with those groups, and that's because there's like auto bids throughout the year, and then those are even kind of like weird too, because like, I mean, yeah, I mean, Tyler just said, having the metrics out so that people kind of knew how important it was to qualify early also maybe would have made people feel better about some
yeah,
of this, but
I agree.
it's just kind of weird. Knife in general, I mean, I don't know, somebody in here that got a knife bid from a tournament got like probably like they might not have even placed enough to get money in that tournament.
Oh,
Like because there were
there's
so many people
definitely yeah.
had bid. So it's like it gets a little bit it's a little weird to be like, oh, I got my knife bid today, but I got seventh place at that tournament. So
I mean, there were some
it,
that were like the bids were trickled down a lot further than seventh.
oh, I don't know. I'm not really sure
Maybe not
exactly.
as much this year, but I mean, for sure, last year.
And Knife was the only one that also had the qualifying throws this year.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, there's just some interesting things I think with that. So See, this whole time I was thinking that they were still doing it off of average, like a rolling average of the year. So I thought Tommy and Sebastian were going to be 2 and 3, and that they were going to end up in the same bracket. And so I was like, aha, suckers. But now I don't actually know. I didn't put these into a bracket yet to see.
No, you didn't.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So I was gonna chat about that at some point too. That you kind of put the seating list that they had into brackets that are obviously not
Yeah,
like
not official.
not official at all, but we kind of put those together and just to like take a look at potential matchups and stuff like that. So that was pretty neat. But yeah, you did not do knife yet, did you?
No, I mean, I can do it really quick. Do you have the other ones?
I
The
can. Where did you send them out in the? I think you sent them out here. I think I can look up the links.
Let's see.
Links. Yeah. Okay. Which one you want first?
I don't know. Just if there was, I mean, we don't have to post them, but you could just look at them so that you can see, if there were any matchups that you were interested in talking about.
Maybe Big X. Is that one?
That one, the maybe Big X one is wrong because the Hatchet one and that did change because they removed one person from.
Yeah, they definitely removed one person from Big X because I remember I shifted.
Removed one from Big X. I went through and saw who it was, and then they added somebody to Hatchet.
Oh man. Okay, so those are all wrong then.
Yeah, they're off by one. So yeah, it's actually not really great.
Yeah. So
Honestly, they'll probably all be wrong.
yeah, because people are gonna drop and.
Yeah. So it's like it's not really going to be that useful of information. The one thing that you can kind of do already is that you can tell like uh, the top people like
who's the one seed? Yeah.
Well, you already know the one seed, but you can like actually tell like, oh, one is going to have 7 on their side or whoever.
Right.
So. Dang it.
Yeah, there were some interesting matchups. Depending on how much it changed, I think in Hatchet there were. We kind of talked about which bracket would be the the best case scenario for getting put in.
Yeah, I mean, this is in no way any offense to Garrett, but I think the one seed that bracket is probably one of the
with the original seeding that came out.
Well, no matter what, that one is going to be the easier bracket.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't change. The top people are not changing.
Right.
So it doesn't change any of that. All of the other brackets are probably pretty equal.
Yeah. But I don't know that they're because of the 2024 rules. I don't know that there's any that are like would be considered brackets of death or murder brackets.
No, I mean, there's just a lot of options that can happen. So
there's a lot more variables with the 24 rules compared to 23 and even the 25 rules. But there were definitely more top throwers in brackets 2, 3, and 4.
All right. So assuming that nobody backs out between bracket or in knife 1 through 7.
Brackets are not out yet. We just mentioned that we took the seeding list. What's that?
I just made brackets myself.
Yeah.
Do we see any 64s there? No.
No, I don't think there's any 64s.
We'll probably see some in duels.
Yeah. 46s probably.
Sebastian, you watching? I haven't seen you say anything, so I don't think you are. But Tommy and Sebastian are going to end up in the same. They are in the same bracket for knife, and they actually play like kind of early.
Love it.
Yeah.
And that's a knife will be a 2 bracketer, right? Hatchet's the only 4.
Even if it's not, they would still.
Yeah.
I assume it's 2, but it might not be. They
Yeah,
haven't really
so we
said
just
anything.
took the original seat. Lucas took the original seating, put it into challenge so that it would create a bracket. Nothing official. All of it is actually changed since he originally put it in, which sucks because
Yeah,
there were some cool things to talk about. But
I think, I actually think the one that Mike sent is correct. I think he removed or added the one person,
oh,
removed the one person in his big X one.
But that was the big X one.
Yeah, his should be the same in that group message. I think he posted it. But yeah, there's going to be interesting matchups everywhere. I don't think there's any easy matches. I mean, I think Joe and I are seated second for hatchet duels, and if nothing changes, then we would play 2 really good throwers from Japan or the Mad Sisters for our first game after. That's our bye game, which is like crazy.
Yeah. So I don't think we even mentioned this one the other day in Big X, but like when you with the bracket that was put together based off of the seating, like there's a chance as long as nothing else changes that like potentially Nick K and Adam Fortner are a first round game. Which in Big X, like that's a pretty wild first round game. But like I said, there's gonna be changes. So
Eric, I set it up off of just the
seating
that Waddle gave out. So I didn't like reinvent the wheel. I just literally copy and pasted the seating into a bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Mad Sisters or
did the Mad Sisters they didn't get their name request changed or
they might have.
They want
people
to be
mad.
Mad.
Mad Sisters. It just says their names, so like they probably did get one.
Yeah,
they're probably
I heard that people with their last names were getting told they had to change their team names.
Hey. I don't know who else having to change their names.
Have you seen the Japan dudes?
No, I don't want to. That's kind of mean, Yosh. Mad. We want to spread happiness.
That's right. There's a lot of what's wrong with whatever name it is. There's a lot of things that I don't get it, but like we're not. I kind of understand it if you look back at Tulsa because we were on one side of that particular facility and they were open to the public on the other side. So like, I could see people who like were just there to ice skate, maybe get a little bit like, why are these weird names that like I don't necessarily want my kids to hear being called out, but like this is going to be probably 99% axe throwing people. It's kind of expected at this point, but
yeah, but it's also just interesting that the names that they're having some people change. I understand some of them, like I think I saw one that was like all emojis, like how do you yell that one out, right?
Yeah, sure.
So and then some of them are offensive,
sure,
that maybe aren't, PG or whatever, but
that's the better. I wish they would have just said PG because they said PG-13 and they obviously don't know what PG-13 is rating wise.
I didn't see what they said because, like I said, did not receive an email, but they do have a food truck that's going to be there that's called Big D's Nuts.
Oh, it's more than a food truck. There's like 3 or 4 names from their sponsor things that have like plays on words that are
right, but that one's the most obvious. That I guarantee that if you change your school's name to Big D's Nuts, you could not. They would make you change it.
Yeah,
but it's okay. The truck is Big D's Nuts. That's just kind of, I don't know. That one's just making me like, oh, okay, yeah, well, we can't use that name, but we can go grab some nuts from
somebody put something in one of the group chats that we have that I was like, oh, that's like the perfect way to say it. Like, you guys can't have these names, but we want to really thank our sponsors who paid us money. whatever it is, and it's like, oh well, we also paid you money. You're definitely getting something from our entry fees.
All right. The Yeah, well, actually, Yosh, none of the stuff will be on TV because ESPN's not going to be there.
Yeah, and even
So,
if there was TV, like they don't put the team names on TV. They put the last names on
also,
TV. So
they never mention the for duels.
if the team that has the last names that might be a conflicting issue have to change their name, it's just gonna get changed back for for the production.
And honestly, I understood when they had us change ours the first year. The both teams in 2020 had to change it. One was trigger happy.
Sure.
They didn't want anything to do with guns. And ours was croc blockers, which I guess was close enough to cock blockers that they wanted us to change ours. But I understood for ESPN, but for just YouTube or making all of the teams change it. Eh.
Yeah.
All right. But all right. Any other potential matchups you saw on the Big X thing?
I have it still pulled up.
You thought were like crazy. I'm gonna look through the knife one and see if there's anything. I don't know. Every knife thrower. There's so many people that throw knives, but there might be some good ones in here. I mean, honestly, just right off the rip, I see Jeremy Hanna is the fifth seed, and he potentially plays either Frank Gutierrez or Dan Steele. Again, this is all just if the bracket
if it all
stays.
lines up.
Yeah. What's up, Baden? Um, and so that would be a tough first match. Um,
Oh yeah, so in the seating that is in this right now, which I believe is current unless anybody else has dropped out, Wellman and Leo Bernetta.
oh, that's a tough first match too. Yeah.
Yeah, and what sucks is that so Wellman's 17 and Leo is I think 112, which
Right.
like
And
big.
like that's probably seeded correctly based upon what they posted all year. But the thing is that there is an advantage of going to tournaments. I do think that I would rather play somebody that hasn't been to tournaments, but I think that it gives you just a huge, like advantage if you don't go to any, but you're still a good thrower, or you get good, near the end of the year, which I think is sort of Leo's thing. Like I don't think he's been throwing a ton, or at least not traveling a ton, but he's started to now, and he's a good thrower.
Which that's also an advantage going to like as many tournaments as we go to as well, because then we see some of these throwers that people don't see every day. Because that brings me to like, oh gosh, where's it at? So Brandon Elliott, he potentially could be matched up with Sam Gardner. And Sam Gardner at the Arizona tournament, Sam's got his big axe game figured out. Tyler, if we get Tyler on here in a bit to talk about through Ohio, he can definitely attest to that because Sam played Tyler hard in Arizona. So
Yeah. They do play in that one, or was it mine?
they play. Right. They play. Actually, it was in both. So it was in yours and in this one as
Okay.
well.
So that meant somebody later seed than the lowest of those two is who dropped.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other good ones like Dustin Rez, Dan Ceballos, Dr. Dan. I mean, both of those guys are good throwers.
It's world, right? So there's going to be good people.
Yeah.
In all of the things.
It's just usually you still get a little bit like, I mean, Hatchet. You don't get that anymore. It's all gonna, every match is gonna suck right away. But sometimes you still get like first round match where it's like I was saying with Wellman and Leo Bernardo, like that's a 17 seed and a 112 seed that like you see 112 and you go, okay, this isn't gonna be as bad of a match, but
not the case.
Leo took you all the way in Big X, so.
Yeah, I mean he's not actually 112th seed,
No.
and that's kind of the challenge. The only way that you could ever really, I mean, and it also wouldn't be 100% correct, but to get the closest to correct for seeding, you would need to actually do seeding throws again, and that just takes so long. Like you just can't do that before a big tournament. You know, there's not enough time. So it's I don't know. I don't know the best way to do seeding. I think it's more complex than just one single like, oh, we're going to use this formula to do it or something, because there's always going to be things that don't make sense. Like the reason that Ichi, which is their team name, the guys from Japan, the reason that they
Number
have a
one.
0 average, and and they got in on a discretionary bid. So they have a 0 average because both of them did not throw a season last year.
So it's because of not throwing a season.
Yeah, they didn't throw a dual season or a hatchet season. They just don't have a waddle venue. So even though they threw in 2023,
But they threw a tournament in 2024.
they threw a tournament, but there's no way to get an average off of that.
Yeah, because the app calculates best of 3 is your.
Yeah, I mean, you could go through and do it, but that's not what they have done in the past. So I don't think they're going to make any, like, I don't think they're going to do it for this one thing. But I think that it's really easy to look at the discretionary bids and say, hey, they are the best team out of the discretionary bids. I mean, almost with the 2023 season that one of them threw, if you take that, divide it by 2, it's almost better than the last team that is getting in.
Yeah.
So like one of them is almost good enough to get there. With both of them, they're definitely better than the next to last team, but kind of hard to.
So Steve Bridges had a good point. This could be a weird championship. How many people continued to practice 15 feet? This might get interesting. I can tell you that Dylan Teets has been throwing.
Yeah, I think there's a handful.
I can tell you that we did a knife marathon a week or 2 ago, and I watched Lucas hit like 7 kill shots from 15 feet in a row, all 8s.
Yeah, but I haven't been throwing, so like that's just kind of
that makes it worse. That makes it worse.
No, it actually doesn't, because then like if I do throw, I'm not gonna do as good. Like that was just a fluke. Like it's not gonna happen. So yeah, I know that I haven't been practicing.
Maybe.
That was actually not even with the 15-foot hex that I used all year. There's definitely a couple of people that I think have been practicing. I've been throwing a lot from 15 foot. Just it's been using the big axe, like John said.
Yeah, so that's the way I've always looked at 15 feet, even with throwing like a 15-foot hatchet, is that I just have always treated it like big axe. So I don't know that. I mean, I didn't practice 15 foot last year during the season, so I just always thought of it as big axe.
All right, so Shane has been practicing, he says. Tyler is considering practicing, which everybody knows is cheating. And earlier, did you answer about the duels team name?
No. Duels team. I did see.
Yeah, I think you can pick whatever team name.
Where did you see that?
I don't know if it's going to be a continuing trend, if you're going to have to, but I mean,
so
I don't care what.
I think they started talking about like putting some like more like putting restrictions on dual stuff. Like I feel like I remember it starting in like 2023, and then like I noticed that like last year at some point they reduced like the character amount that you could do. Because somebody did that 55 burgers, 55 fries, and did that whole thing as a team name, and it was a disaster. I feel like that was like Coleman and somebody.
Oh, okay. Joe and Alex are cheating too. They've been practicing every day. I don't understand why all these people are practicing.
There's people saying that they're
Aiden,
practicing every day in a venue. Don't you guys have to like work when you're in the venues?
Aiden, what percentage of people do you think are going to throw 1.5 rotations from 15? I am guessing that there will be less than 10 people. I'll up it to, well, there's 256, definitely less than 10%, so definitely less than 20. I would say maybe 15,
What
because
did
I
we
would
say
say
there was?
there's a
There was
couple.
251 or 250.
There's 251 now because they added somebody.
Yeah,
There was 250.
so less than 25.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, Brian throws one
For
and a
sure, less than
half.
25. All right, so there's one.
Brian, John, Nick K,
All
Vin.
right, so there are 4 people.
4 so far.
I think there's like, I
Oh,
mean,
Aiden, and Eli. So we're at 6 people.
Joe's been practicing drinking from 15 foot, not throwing. Got it.
That sounds good. Keep doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Practice that, but not on Sunday. Um,
Oh, so
all the
yeah, we might
calling.
be close to 20.
Ah, keep track. I'll do a survey while I'm there.
Might be close to 20.
I'm still saying less than 25.1 is the line
There we go.
because we'll say 25 and a half.
His,
Making an act.
we're getting close because I do as Marguerite says, Sean and Cody Jeanette.
It's still not 25.
Watch, it's
We we
gonna
haven't
be
even gotten to
26.
we haven't. I mean, I'll set the line right there if anybody wants to bet. I'm still betting under. And it doesn't count if you just take one throw. Don't be cheating. Gosh, Gary's been practicing too? That's it. All right, well, we're gonna end this. I'm gonna go outside and get practicing.
I was gonna say
I didn't know I didn't know
I've got
everybody
that
could practice.
projector up and I was like, oh yeah, cool. I don't have to draw a target. I can just put the projector on and it's like I've just been so busy. I got $10 on there being more than
Ooh, all right.
25.
Aiden's taking the over. Aiden's taking the over. People that are losing, he's trying to convince them like throw the rest of the game 1.5. So I can add you to the. I'm just gonna as soon as they start to do the announcements, I'm gonna interrupt Sarah and say, "Can I just get everybody that's throwing 1.5 to just raise their hand? This is for a bet." Ooh, 2 people are throwing double rotation. I want to be in that lane, Jimmy. I'm trying to see those people.
So
Great. That
let's see
means that you're on team under
what else
because 10% are like,
what else have they
oh,
announced for World so far?
thumbs up.
That's right.
How did I get it to do that?
You made the gesture and it recognized it.
Yeah, but it's not doing it now. I don't know what I
It
did.
it may also take into account that like you said something that also could have triggered like
Nah,
that. Oh, you're gonna do the gesture.
no.
What other things are they doing at Worlds? Have they announced they're doing tattoos again? So,
Gross.
so Danny Abarca's gonna miss a match because he'll be mid tattoo. So whoever throws against Danny, be prepared. He's gonna be getting
Yeah,
a
just
tattoo.
offer him during the warm up throws.
Yeah, I can't remember what else they.
Tools?
Was that?
Maybe he might be doing knife and big axe, but he's not doing hatchet, I don't think.
Oh,
Yeah, if somebody's doing 2 spin hatchet, just let me know. I'll bring a different hatchet. We'll play one game of 2 spin.
all right. Do we
Probably.
want to bring
Yeah,
Tyler in?
yeah. Tyler, you ready?
You got the link, or you want me to?
I can do it
All right, send it to him, and then I'll
right now.
check him in, and
Absolutely.
we'll do the dance of
Come on.
whether or not I can push the button quick enough to not make it look like crap on screen.
All right. Tyler has officially been invited, I believe.
He's probably sleeping already. We waited too long.
He was just commenting like 2 seconds ago.
button for
At
like
least I think I showed it.
the Jeopardy music while we're writing. You got to take. You don't have to take that knife back behind you, but you got to take that rock on a stick.
Well, I have a knife that looks just like that. That's in the stick, in the stone.
Oh, so you never gave any of it back?
No, I have all the pieces.
Okay. All right. We're gonna try this really quick. I'm gonna
Oh,
push
oh, oh.
the button, and I'm gonna try to get over here and do the 3-person scene. It did pretty good.
Hey,
How's it going?
Hey,
Welcome
I
to
got
Sit Your Axe Down, Tyler Flynn.
hey, how's it going?
Good.
all right. So, I mean, we were checking our comments earlier, and it looked like somebody was talking about a tournament coming up after Worlds.
Yeah, it's never before seen format this year at Ohio 6.
Okay.
Something really different this year to kind of entice everyone to come out. Well, I think we'll probably lose a lot of registrations because it's not sanctioned, but if you're looking for a fun tournament, I think this is the one you're going to be at.
I don't know if you'll lose a lot. I mean, when you did the what the hell was that called? Multiverse thing, like there was a pretty large amount of like the 250 people that were at that tournament participating.
Oh, well,
Sure, but a lot of them were already there because there was a sanctioned piece of it.
And
Right.
nobody cared about that. They cared about throwing those horseshoes, which we're gonna throw at this thing, right?
We are not throwing German horseshoes. That was nixed by the owners and probably
I was
insurance.
gonna say probably insurance, yeah.
I left with the quickness when you guys did that. I don't know
Yeah.
what I did, but I was out.
Yeah, that was probably the
Joe-
smarter play.
Joe's leaving the chat. He said he doesn't want to hear anything about the rules. He's trying to stay
Oh,
disassociated with it.
that's right. He
He
did
wants
say
to
that.
find out. He wants to find out the rules when he gets to the lane for his first game.
Perfect.
Oof.
That'll definitely help things go smoothly too, I think.
Yeah, that'll
Thank
keep
you
those
for that.
games going pretty quick.
We love when people do that.
Yeah.
All right. Tell us just how it's going to go during the gameplay, and then we can talk about like how the weekend is going to go.
All right. You want me to just like go discipline by discipline or just talk about Hatchet for now?
Let's do Hatchet first. That's going to be the one that's the most exciting and what people really want to hear about.
Cool.
I should have planned ahead and set up a screen for like a screen share, so he could have shared a screen. And I could have put it on there,
Dude,
but
you don't even have to. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll make it my background.
Perfect.
that'll work very well. I forgot you could.
Or
do
you can go to the
very-
Ohio page, right? We have all that kind of stuff posted on there. We have images of the target. But essentially, the target's going to have 3 different formats, which people may or may not be familiar with. At Ohio, we're going to call them big circle, little circle, square. But you might know them as our like Throw Pro square target. If you were at our event in January, an IATF style target and a Waddle style target with slight variations. And the way that's going to work is that you'll only ever at one time play one of the formats. So they'll all be 5-throw games.
You play the format for 5 throws, or you?
Correct, for 5 throws.
For 5 throws, okay.
And the first one will be random. So like me and Kyle, we go up there, we roll the dice, and it says that we are going to play the little circles format, which is the Waddle style format. We play 5-throw game. Right, we're going to do best of 5 in the tournament. If Kyle wins the first game, then I decide the format for game 2. So like I can say Waddle again, or I can say squares. Okay, now we play squares in game 2. Yeah. And there we go. See? And
yeah.
So whoever loses the game chooses the format for the next game. And similar to what we did in January, it's going to be for the circle formats. You're going to throw 3 bullseye throws, and then you're going to throw once at each of the skill shots. So
Yeah, you can pretty
You're
much
nailing
see. You can pretty much see them all there.
Right there, perfect. First try.
Yep.
I will say
Yeah.
so.
Clear
So are
target.
you going?
Big
You're not
circle.
requiring. Okay, no. So this is going to do wonders for boards at this tournament because
Oh,
you're
yeah,
probably
we're
never
not gonna change a lot
gonna
of
have.
it.
You're probably never going to have to change a board.
That's the
Ideally,
goal.
Yeah, ideally not change one at all because it's probably pretty hard to plan ahead for that, and then to be able to be like, yeah, can I get maybe you make one extra
This
set and
this
just hope
is the setup where you should have a stencil to spray paint your target.
It's
This will
actually
take.
really not that hard to draw.
Oh, I believe it's.
no, it's not hard to draw. It just would take like a few, like it would take some seconds. Like it's hard to
Yeah, but are
pre-plan
those
it.
those
Yes,
things going to
sure.
be painted like that too? Like, because that'll be annoying to have to do all that.
Yeah, probably, maybe not. Who
Yeah.
knows? They might be, they might not be. Depends on how much time we've got. You know, if we've got them drawn and Tim or B's employees are sitting around doing nothing, I'll make them color them in. Like,
Yeah, Tommy
That works.
says he's lost. It's good because
I mean,
Tommy,
he
this
doesn't
is
know how to
all
open
internet.
Zoom.
Tommy, you're on the internet.
This is extremely simple.
It really is.
It's extremely simple. It's just
I think Tommy's just
It's a lo-
old and probably
a lot
thinks
of
he's
words.
funny, but
yeah, you won't have
It's
to.
a lot of words to say that like everything's sort of fine and legal too, right? Like, however you throw, like if you're an ITF thrower, you can do your ITF throw the whole time.
Yeah.
If you're a waddle thrower, you can
yeah,
do
you
the
can
waddle throw the whole
step throw. Yeah, you can step throw, or you can stand at 12 feet, or
Can
you
we
can.
do 2019 fall step throws?
Sure.
If 1 foot starts behind 15, yes.
15.
Yes. Because that's how ITF is. You have to start with 1 foot behind 15.
Yeah, but fall step you could step at 12 or fall at 12.
Wait, what's the
Yeah.
fault line? Is
If
the
you're-
fault line 12?
If you don't start with a foot behind 15, it's 12. If you start with a foot behind 15, it's 10.
I think you could do it. You could do it, Kyle. You just stretch really big and then just kind of fall forward.
Kyle, you got them
We
long legs. You're
we
fine.
talked about this before, guys. My legs are little. They're short legs, short arms. I can't.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right, what we got here? Could we add your? Does the format change
Eric,
have to be one of the ones you read? Could we add our own? No.
No.
You can't.
That would just,
would-
I mean, only because it would be too complicated. Like,
Yeah, like this is a different format for an event, but there are still rules.
yeah, otherwise it'd be too chaotic, right? There's still going to be winners. Like, it's still going to be competitive. The other cool thing about Hatchet is like we're gonna throw all day Sunday or Saturday, and there's not going to be eliminations, right? It's going to be group stage. No one will be eliminated.
Beautiful. Group stage is great.
So you're gonna get to throw all this stuff with different people and like get used to the scoring and the rules and get to practice essentially. And then that will seed tournaments for Sunday. The top probably 32 will make like the pro tournament, and that'll be like the main tournament.
What's Friday? Did we?
Friday is knife, big X, and duels, which we'll go over in a second.
which,
Okay,
which
sorry, I was
the
gonna say-
target for that would look a lot like. It's coming. Hold on. Coming in. Boom.
Boom. I'll go over that in a second. But on Sunday, if you don't make the main tournament, you will be in a tournament. So everyone will get to throw in a tournament on Sunday.
Correct. Yeah. Basically, everybody is going to then get separated into different tournaments based upon how well they performed on Friday and Saturday. Yes.
Yes.
Or only Saturday.
Just on Saturday. Just on Saturday.
Yeah, so just Saturday, because Big X, those are going to stay within themselves, right? That's just a tournament. But the hatchet portion, using the 3 different games within the same game, will separate the people for Sunday.
And then
Although you
is
will-
Sunday's games off center?
No,
Sunday is this
same.
tournament for Saturday.
Using the same targets we did for
Using the same
Saturday.
targets.
Cool.
Great.
You will potentially want your big X because we are going to do tiebreakers from 15.
Sweet.
I'll just bring my axe.
Well, we have to have our big X anyways because Friday, remember?
Oh, that's okay.
But you can use any legal axe for anything. So you can use a 15-foot wattle axe if you want. You can use a big axe. You can use whatever you want to use.
You can use big axe the whole time on Saturday.
Only from only for overtime.
On Saturday?
When you said axe, you meant any legal hatchet.
Any legal hatchet for overtime, you can use any legal axe.
Cool.
Time to bust out the S-wing.
The off-center game stuff will be Saturday and Sunday night, which if you haven't seen,
I didn't take a screenshot of that one. Sorry.
it's fine. There are 4 different targets that are completely different, completely wild. They score crazy, like there's different scoring for them, and one of them you're trying to knock down like towers in a castle.
Like I think of like when I see the off center targets, I think like Nintendo NES for axe throwing.
Yeah. So they're very different. The scoring is different. Like every game has different goals. Like one of them, my favorite one. My favorite element of any target is there's
Hey, those are a little off center.
yeah.
No, it's actually too centered is the problem.
Is there's 12 zones, right? And you have to hit each zone in order. But they get smaller as you go.
Is that the one that's like right? That's the one that's right over Lucas's left shoulder.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's my favorite element
Boom.
of it. I do love the castle though. The castle's really fun.
This is the
Knocking
castle.
down the towers is really cool.
Yeah, like
This is baseball.
when you win that game,
And baseball.
Bowser pops out of the wall. So.
Which is just Kyle in a dinosaur costume. But yeah, so those will be interesting
really
and fun. And how that is going to work too is like if you sign up for it, you're going to get an attempt at every board. I should have brought a button to show you guys. And also every game has like 6 achievements, which will actually be like physical buttons that you'll earn with like drawings on them.
Pieces of flair.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
getting buttons, boy.
But you can purchase additional attempts at the games, and all additional attempts, all of that money is actually going to go to TIFF.
Sweet.
So it'll be like a little mini TIFF fundraiser.
There's a youth tournament too, right?
Yes. So, but so the youth will still participate Saturday with everyone else. But
Sweet.
like when we separate Sunday into like the group tournaments, there'll be a separate youth category. And any youth coming will get free entry courtesy of TIFF.
That's awesome. That's cool.
But we like that idea because they still get to throw in a big part of the tournament alongside everyone else, right? So it's not just like they're with youth the entire time. They get to throw alongside pros and other competitors and things like that and really get the whole tournament feel. But then the very end, they're like throwing just against youth in a separate tournament.
Nice. Jimmy asks, for the game that has the zones, do you have to keep the blade in the zones? Do you have to try to keep the blade in the zones?
Which one has those?
That's the one that was over your left shoulder. I think it's on the opposite side of that screen.
Yeah, I can't. I didn't take a screenshot of that side. I just took a
Well, you kind of did. It was the one that was too centered.
the triangles one? Triangles one or the Team Games looking one?
The one that's like square boxes that get smaller as they get higher. I'm sorry.
But then
I
there's
said
also half
square
circles
boxes. It's all
wide.
rectangles. So it's
Yeah.
the board that's left of the one with the half circles.
All right, I looked at it for a second. So what was that?
So no, the whole axe doesn't need to be in the zone. You always score the topmost zone that you hit, but it closes everything below it. So like on throw 1, if you hit zone 10, the only zone you score 30 points for hitting zone 10, but now only zone 11 and 12 are open. So you do want to go up in order, otherwise you miss out points.
Yeah, that'll be a fun game, but I think it will suck as well.
Yeah. Um, it definitely.
Uh,
So I
I
have
shouldn't say
never
it'll suck.
actually
It'll be
hit.
difficult. It'll be
Yes,
difficult.
I've never hit them all. Um, I have come very close so many times, but I've never actually gotten the full ladder.
Nice.
You do get an award for that if you hit all of them.
That's
I
cool.
don't have that award yet.
It's on.
It's on.
So those games are part of Off Center.
Yes.
Is that going to be something like? Will there be more discussion about Off Center at Throw Isle?
Yes. So we'll talk a little bit about it and give people more information about what it is. We just finished our first like season of it, but it's essentially just a different way to bring in people to throwing. That's not just throwing at the same dot. Um, it goes kind of hand in hand with competitive throwing because it's not super competitive in and of itself. But how it works is each league night you get divided into groups, and those groups are seeded based on previous league nights. So you're always against people of similar skill, and you play each game in your group, and then you get points based on how well you do within your group, as well as how well you do in the big group. So like if you come in second in your group constantly, but you're like the third overall scorer, you still get more points than someone who won every game in their group, but was like the fifth worst thrower.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, it is going to be packaged for venues, and it'll include like 300 awards, all the stencils that you need, trophies for every game, as well as a final league trophy. They're working on an app and stuff, but the thing that's really cool about it is that there's no makeup games and there's no commitment. So you can come once, you can come 10 times, right? They just charge $12.50 a week. So if you want to come play the games, you pay $12.50. You get to play the games for the night. You can come back next week. You could not come back for 3 weeks. But even if you miss 3 weeks, the game still just looks the same, right? It's not, you don't play like 10 times or whatever.
Nice.
And have to owe for 4 weeks or anything. You just pay on the nights that you show up.
Cool. So we talked about Saturday, we talked about Sunday, we talked about youth, we talked about Off Center a little more. What about Friday?
All right. Friday, we have knife, big axe, duels. Knife is going. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm putting it back up.
All right.
And Friday
knife
starts
is gonna
early
use-
too, correct?
It does start early, yeah, because we've got 3 disciplines to try and sort of cram in. And knife, if you were at our January tournament or you watched the live stream, if you want to just go watch the live stream from January, that would be a good, introduction to this.
Rock and roll
Works
City
exactly the
Rampage.
same. Right, you throw 3 knives at one of the targets. If you score more points than your opponent, then you get a point, and it's first to 7, win by 2. You alternate throwing 10 foot, 15 foot.
Yep. Super fun.
Yeah, I really like that format. I think that that was probably my favorite of the formats that we did in January, which is why I kept that one of all of them. Although I guess we are kind of using it in Hatchet too.
Yeah. It was good in Hatchet as well. I mean, Hatchet it was totally different still from Knives, but Hatchet made it cool because like you could have, 10 throws or you could have 30 throws.
Right.
So, but
which is how
Knife. I mean, it could be the best version of Knife.
I think it's the best knife. I mean, personally, I think it was the most fun version of knife throwing that I've done.
Yeah.
I know like Justin and Coleman had a round that I think Coleman ended up winning like 8-6. So they went like 14 rounds of knives.
Yeah.
I went a bunch of rounds in Hatchet with
we
Tishko.
went a bunch.
We went a bunch
too.
And Tishko.
Yeah, there were a lot.
Also, Justin went a bunch with everyone.
Yeah, Justin had like 320 throws in Hatchet.
Eric is saying something about 10 foot with a big axe. I don't think anybody's throwing big axe from 10
No,
feet.
that's not a thing.
I don't know. I don't know what that comment's about, but it's not a thing.
Um,
But
so
yeah,
Big
Friday.
X, yeah. So that's knife. Big X is then going to use the diamonds. So hopefully no board changes, right? We just switch to a different.
Is the green a small diamond or is it a circle?
It's a small diamond.
Okay.
So they're 1, 2, 3, and 4 inches.
1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, there are 4.
Yeah. So 5, 4, 3, 2 points.
Okay.
And then it's scored on a differential. So if you throw 3 and I throw 5, I get 2 points.
Ooh.
Sweet.
And then you just keep going around the circle. Like you just go clockwise on the diamonds. The interesting thing is that the earlier rounds, the score cap is higher.
Quick question.
Yeah.
We using Scoreholio? We using pen and paper?
We're gonna try to use Scorcolio.
Perfect. Can we may have to switch to cornhole to do the differential like that, right?
Or you could do it in your head. You
Yeah,
could
you
just
can
give someone
give
2
somebody
points. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need the differential to do it because
I do trust people to do like 4 minus 3. And then I get one.
you're going to a certain point for Big X.
We're supposed to trust people to read stuff too. They don't do that.
Yeah, so the first 2 rounds are going to play to 21 points.
That's perfect.
The top 8, so that would be B, not even B quarters, right? The round before B quarters and A semis will play to 7 points, win by 2. Everything between there will play to 11. Or maybe it's 15, 11, 7. I don't know. I wrote it down. It's on the paper.
I don't know, but you play to a different thing the further you get.
Yes. And it's lower the further you get.
Cool.
Does it matter where you start? Are you enforcing a pattern? Like you're gonna start at the top, and then go.
I think we are gonna force a pattern just so both who are playing the same one. So I think we said the top one.
I think
it's right.
I think you referenced it in on your sheet.
It is said in there, yeah. I just don't remember which one I decided on.
No, it's not in the part I screenshot.
No.
So yeah, that's
okay.
We played them more earlier because obviously earlier rounds are more likely to score.
Yes.
Right.
Now it makes sense.
When there's a skill differential, you're more likely to score. And if you're going 0-2,
you get more throws.
Still get more throws. Yeah. Whereas when you're in the finals, you've already thrown all day, so you don't need as many. And you're less likely to score.
It's like backyard cornhole too, right? Like you're playing the 21, but you have to get exactly 21.
Yeah, is there bust rules?
No,
hit 20.
No.
Hit 22. You go back.
You go back to 15.
Hell yeah!
Good luck.
No, that's when you have to then throw the big X from 10 feet.
Yeah, I would just let my opponent go, and then I would make them go. I would say, "Oh, I dropped. Oh, sorry, you got."
Oh, whoops!
It should be when you bust, you go back to 13, but on your next throw, you're forced to throw out an 8-point kill shot to win. Or to get back to 21, right? Because 13.
I mean, I honestly, that sounds cool, but that's too complicated.
But no.
Everybody wants to force kill shots, right? I mean, you've seen it on the.
Yeah, but if we're gonna do that, we're just gonna make it a 2-throw game, and we're just gonna throw kills.
Perfect.
Right.
It'll go faster.
Yeah, that's the next tournament. That's the next evolution of tournaments. Is all right, everybody, line up in your lane. 2 throws. Good luck.
People will love that.
Yeah, mandatory kills is what everybody wanted.
Honestly, I'm surprised that there hasn't been a discussion about that, like a post from the powers that be about that, because like they have been pretty quick about like one person says something and the entire community wants this and let's change it.
That is true. That's been noticed.
They're probably just putting it together, the document of all kills.
True.
You can go for 10 of them.
They
That
got to
could
build some
be-
targets first, so let's let them focus on that.
Yeah. Anyways, uh,
Anyway, so then last thing is duels, which is um, so duels is going to be 6 throws. You're going to have hatchet knife, and then
oh
you're
yeah,
going to switch.
not regular duels. I was like,
No,
ah,
So
no.
it's duels from our skills game that we did
Yes,
at
it's all the
Events.
versions from our skills game,
Nice.
but in like one format. So it's hatchet knife is throw 1, and then throw
and then
2 you
hatchet.
just switch. No, throw 2 you just switch. So if Kyle and I are
Yeah, but it's still hatchet knife.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just now it's knife hatchet.
right. Sorry, I thought you said hatchet big X. That's throw
No.
3. 3 and 4 is hatchet and big X, so 1.5, and then big X, and then row 6, 5, and 6 are 2 spin knife and big X.
So you should, even though it's in there, you should put out a very simple, basic cheat sheet of you need to bring this axe
Okay.
and this axe and this
Yeah.
axe and this axe. Because there, otherwise, I mean, I'm sure you've still got that case of
Oh, probably
cold
some.
steel axes. I mean, otherwise you're gonna have to share a lot of axes.
Ah,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, it'll be fine.
But yeah, so that's the format. I can't see the chat, so I don't know if people have questions about it.
No,
I'm keeping
people
an
talk
eye.
about
Yeah.
throwing from 27 feet, and Jimmy Grindle's throwing tomahawks, and I don't know. Jimmy, you going to Worlds? I didn't look through the whole list. You going to anything?
Oh no, he's retired.
Everyone
Well,
throwing
I assumed
Toros,
it.
one hit quitters. Okay,
Um,
so something one of you said made me think of a post I saw today. I saw somebody modified those new Toro knives like a big modification, and I feel like the change had to have reduced the length.
It did look like that. I think it was Stephen Neal.
That could have been it. Yeah, they were like the shape looks
It-
cool, but I feel like with
It
as
does look
much
like
that
you
got
lost-
taken off, had to go under length. I mean, I'm sure he measured, but it's got to be close.
yeah. I would also argue.
Are duels team names safe from the Ohio so far?
Yeah, the only thing that duels teams names are not good for is for Worlds.
Worlds.
Yeah.
Positive that on April 8th, on April 2nd, you could change it back because
It won't affect the
Already
bracket.
is.
Once the bracket is posted, you can change
once
it.
the bracket
Yeah,
is
so-
created, you can have whatever duels team name you want.
Throw Ohio is unsanctioned in terms of it's not a waddle
Correct.
sanctioned event.
Now,
so.
I will say, like, don't make me make
like
it so that we have to censor team names. Like, don't.
Yeah.
correct. Like you can have creative team names and you can have innuendos, but like
You
don't
can
make
also
don't
use
make
your
it.
last names. I think
Yeah.
that's ideal. Is just to use your last name and your duels partner's last name, and then you have
Yeah.
two last names, and then you have a team name.
Yeah, but they're I don't know. I heard that's gonna get changed. So
That's a lot easier to remember. You also hear it whenever they call it over the speaker because you're like, oh, that's my name, not some random thing that we came up with.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it just works better.
yeah, but also if they make you change it to like your first names and like I don't know, there's like 4 other people with that same first name and that also has a friend with a similar like I don't know. Seems weird.
I will say I love team names, but it is annoying running a tournament because of that. We're like, no one is listening for their team name, so it's so hard to get people to wait.
So you made Garrett and I's name last year at or 2 years
Listen.
ago at Tribal, and I do enjoy it. But now that they've reduced the characters, it doesn't like it just looks stupid on the screen.
Nice.
What was it?
It was
The crow and the knight.
who wishes he was one. But now it's like the crow and the
G.
GNEIT that's it. Or I'm sorry, no, it was. I think it cuts off Garrett's name, so like she couldn't even tell it was Knight. But
Somebody said something. Oh,
Joe, you're not supposed to
um,
be listening. You said you wanted to
Yeah.
find out when you get there.
Dale, I have faith that, well, one, Dale, you only need one big axe. You're not throwing two big axes at any given time. So you only need one per team.
Tyler's probably got
Correct.
30 big X's somewhere too, so
He doesn't have that many because
or he can hang one with a tree
I always
limb.
get some back.
There are.
That's true.
I bet that somebody will have a big axe that you can throw. They might even have a house big axe or something that you could use for
Ooh,
the
don't they have?
portion.
Don't Waddle have those Patriots for like $30 on Amazon?
That was what Joe just said. He had some gently used Patriots.
Damn, I missed Joe's comment. Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, but like if you're doing relay, right? Like it's same kind of, and relay you need 3 big axes.
Yeah. Well, we're
Three
gonna.
big
Well,
axes.
you
Oh,
need your big
Each person needs a big axe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
But in this, like
I got
you
it.
only even number throwing one, so you and your partner just need an extra big axe.
Yeah. What? And for the relay at Worlds, though, you don't have to throw at the same bullseye.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
right. You did say that.
If you don't want to damage your axe, you don't want to take any chances. Now I'm wild. I'm bringing my other big axe and I'm splitting.
Why would you
everybody's axe.
do that? Make it a requirement.
Yeah. Well, hey,
We-
throw your axe in the
Need
center.
it every advantage possible. Let some people cause some chaos with their big axes.
If they want to, go ahead. I'm going to. I'm gonna bring that other big axe. I'm gonna try and Robin Hood your axe.
JXO has some big axes now. I thought they just had hatchets. That's cool.
The
So that-
JXO are good and cheap. I don't know what that is, but
You saw them at I think Yosh had them set up at his table. They had hatchets and stuff, and they had like knives. I think at in Atlanta.
oh no, Joe, you're going first. I'm going last. I don't have to trust you. I'm going third, baby.
I should probably sharpen.
You
that,
trust me is the real question. What are you gonna throw?
Should probably sharpen that distal that I have.
Yeah, I'm bringing my distal.
I don't think I have a distal anymore.
I have
You don't have a distal?
not touched it. It's
I don't think so.
Rookie. I got
I got a distal hatchet somewhere.
I have this one. Oh wait, this is the hatchet one. I have a big axe like this.
Nice. Oh, I've got a
I
hatchet.
was gonna say for a second there it was a headless axe.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to show it on the camera.
It's because I think that screen being green is messing with it.
Well, it's because this is so reflective. I think. I don't know where the big axe.
Oh yeah, it's gone now.
That's the axe that Jenny threw in league for like the season that she threw.
She threw the duels one.
Yeah, the trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucas, just bring all your trophies.
Oh, I got it.
I did it pro am. I threw a bunch of trophies.
Yeah, Amanda broke my
Dale, you can use this one.
my good backup big axe, but
Oh, nice.
I'll let Tyler. You can use this one.
Thank you.
gold
The
one.
one that I was really close to getting.
Yeah.
You have to get it profiled.
Jave will love that. Oh wait, did Jave make that one? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Yosh made this one. Here, let me kill my background so people can see.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of hard.
I've got one of his axes here somewhere.
All right, I'm back.
There we
Yeah,
go.
this one. Yeah, it was something with the reflective. Oh wait, it probably reads better this way.
That's not 23 inches. That's illegal.
This one?
Illegal.
No, that's good.
I just got like some boxes over here full of with trophies. My world's for even one of them, I'm sure.
The matching duels one. This one is the one that we almost
Ooh,
synced.
that's a shorty.
Yosh, this is actually the first time I've noticed your signature on this one.
Real hard to see. Looks like
Yeah, I bet it's really hard
looks
to
like
see.
a bunch of dots.
But
Look,
Looks
Lucas,
like
you have the other half of
Braille.
this one. Actually.
Oh, I do have that. Hold on. Let's see.
24
friendship.
inches? Man, the screen reduces the size. You lose an inch with the being on camera.
Got a few things over here. If you want to find the matching half so we can do our friendship hatchets.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know where that one is, Tyler.
It's probably
It's fine. It's
is
like
it
the
under
only one that's
under
on my
the
desk.
under the carport?
No, that one's not under the carport.
All my shields are in my garage.
Yeah, shields are under the carport.
Must be using a fisheye lens or something to make some things look so small.
All right.
How many cameras are in that one then?
I just realized that I have a weird wattle sheath on this one. Here's the big X one though. That was like that other one.
Look at that.
But I think it doesn't weigh 3 pounds.
Oh yeah, that was definitely way too light.
Yes, I can't use it for anything. Except for Ohio. Number 6.
There you go.
No rules.
I thought
And actually,
it
I
had to be legal,
the,
though, you said.
That's whatever. The IATF minimum for Big X is actually 2.75.
Oh, I thought you were going to
Pounds.
say length.
It
But
is
it's,
25 inches, yeah.
25 inches though, yeah. So that one's for sure not 25 inches either.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't know where that. Oh, I do know where that at. That one is in a tote. That is under the carport. Kyle was right.
Called it.
I have 3 totes of things under the carport that have stuff.
Yosh says the new Big X trophy is 26.5, so you can use it for ITF.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That would be
What
such a
head?
flex.
Just show up with the Big X World Champion Big X to throw ITF.
Yeah, what head is it? The question.
With enough tape, weight can be achieved. Yeah, if you make it like lead tape. Make it. Otherwise, you got to use a lot to get some weight on there.
I have the double bit too. I forgot about it.
You can't even throw it. It's sharp on the other side.
They come apart.
Yeah, what do you mean? I just throw them separately.
Don't cut yourself.
Isn't your partner supposed to have the other one of those?
Yeah, but it doesn't really look very cool with just one of them.
That's true.
Like, just having this is kind of weird.
Yeah, John, you missed the world's conversation. It was in the first.
No, we didn't talk. Wait,
30 or 40 minutes. We
what's
talked
happening
about
next week?
worlds.
I never heard of it. Oh, look, it even comes into more pieces if you want it.
If you just slide the axe out. Nice.
Oh, nice. It is a Colossus hat on the championship trophy, so it's
Okay.
that's probably a pretty good axe.
So it's throwable.
You can make all the ITF people mad at you too.
All right, these magnets are really strong, so you got to be really careful when you put this back together.
Neodymium. Oh yeah. It tried to reduce the sound. It did a pretty good job. Do it with your left hand, Lucas. Don't do it with your right hand. Next thing you know, you cut yourself, and you already did that a couple weeks ago.
Fine, probably.
I mean, cut yourself before Worlds. Who cares?
Started from yeah.
Just Worlds.
We hit the world stuff at the beginning.
I had this little one.
Look at that.
I have a lot of sure, pretty popular in my office.
Must be
Wait,
nice.
does this also have a signature?
Probably on the front where the other one was.
Did you sign this too? Yeah, you did. Oh, but this one's lasered. I don't know why I never noticed this. Never noticed that part. You see that one better?
You can see that one better, yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is like not lasered. So this one's lasered in.
Yeah, that one's good.
Nice. That's cool.
I'm
Yeah.
sure the other one's good too. It just You can't.
Oh,
see
the
it.
other one
Can't
actually.
see it on the camera.
The other one looks cooler because it's like in his. I think it's lasered as well, but it's actually cursive. Like it's his handwriting, like his signature. So it looks cool.
Yeah, it's got the artist,
Don't
true
don't look
artist
at
touch.
don't look right here. That's where the back of the other king went when we went same kill.
Nice.
But this part, I just wanted to see if it was better now.
He can cook Blue
That's
Box
cool.
and Easy Mac.
Right. Can you cook? Bro, I make the meanest chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Boneless chocolate chip cookies. I'll tear them up.
What'd you say? What kind of chocolate chip cookies?
Boneless.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah, I do boneless chocolate chip cookies in these parts.
Boneless chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, you don't want them to be crispy, like no crunch. We're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
basically cookie dough, but it warmed up.
Delicious.
So good. Can't get enough. Just buy that like sheet of them, break off little squares, put them in there. Mini chocolate chip cookies that are boneless. Can't get enough. All right. Anybody have any questions?
Trade
Anything you want to hear?
chocolate chip cookies for Canadian Kit Kats. I think
I
it
mean,
would be tough to do for Worlds,
yeah,
unless you made them like Joe offered his kitchen at home to make them.
yeah. I need a kitchen to be able to bust out my
Well,
chocolate.
Oh, Mike's got an Airbnb. We'll just go over there.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I don't deliver, so you'll have to come get the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane, bud, you're
That's
gonna
right.
need an oven and boneless ones because they're only edible for like 15 minutes too. They have like a shelf life.
It depends. You
Yeah,
you
I
just
mean,
you just got to throw
They
a slice
are
of bread
actually
in the
still pretty
container.
good when they ferment. Like
They're pretty
they
good, but
retain-
they're not.
they retain most of the gooiness.
You need to eat like 2 or 3.
Yeah, see that absolutely got to change you have to change the business name for Worlds. It's not PG-13, even though it would be PG-13, but
Oh, did y'all get a Waddle email?
we
Shane,
should
please
do that.
share
We should
his,
do the cookies at Lumberjack Johnny's.
Oh, I will buy cookie dough and cook them during relay.
Do them at Lumberjack Johnny's. $5 a cookie. We'll split the cost, or we'll split the profits with Lumberjack Johnny's.
That is an absurd profit margin.
No, it comes with
$5 a cookie. That's the point.
No, they're mini cookies. It's you get 5 for
They're like this big, and they come
Yeah.
with like 50 in the pack for like $3.
Okay, first off, I think
Don't
it comes
tell.
with
They're 24.
Telling everybody the secret.
It's
I don't know.
24, I think.
There'll be
Actually,
a couple of them. You'll get more than one with $5, maybe like 3 or 5. I gotta see how big they are and cost. I gotta run some analysis. Don't worry about it. Oh, Yosha's gonna show the Big X trophy tomorrow.
Oh,
Dun,
cool.
dun, dun.
Are you gonna do?
Devontae, don't worry about it. Just show up with $5 and you'll get some cookies, okay?
$5 a cookie is not nuts. A lot of places that charge a lot of money for cookies. They're still in
Yeah,
business.
Yeah, see, Eric knows a bargain when he sees one. What a bargain, he said.
Yeah.
And you're going to get more than one. Kyle's not in charge of the pricing, okay? Don't listen to him.
I have a question for you two. Actually, who's your
All right.
predictions for Worlds?
Ooh, predictions. Okay. All right. Let me. Okay.
Actually, here's a better thing. Like, give me because figuring a winner for Worlds is tough. Who's your top 6?
Okay. For what discipline?
All of them.
All right.
Well,
We start
I
with
will
knife,
say
right? So,
in 2024 in Hatchet, I went to 20. How many did you go to, Lucas? You went to 24 tournaments, I think. I went to 21, and I averaged a T7.
so not top 6 is what I'm hearing.
Well, one of those is a 6th.
Oh, that's true. If you average it, then.
Or wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. One of those is a 7 and 8, so T5 would be 6, but that was in 2024 when we were throwing this stuff all the time. I literally, I mean, you saw the picture there. I've not touched that axe since
I lost mine.
Atlanta. Yeah, you
I
just
don't
got
know
one the
where
other
it
day.
is.
I mean, I still would say, I mean, I don't care what you say, fluke or not. You, I mean, Lucas is for sure in the top 6. In
Yeah.
my prediction. I think. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I think
Justin, Neil,
I think Lucas, Joe, Neil, Dylan.
Dylan. Yeah,
yeah,
Dylan's
Dylan
been throwing 15.
Dylan's been practicing, obviously, and been committed to staying with 15 foot. So I think he's got obviously an advantage there, as well as and not an unfair advantage, but like just
Right. Yeah. Anyone could have done that. We just didn't.
sure, yeah. I think that Dylan obviously has a good chance. I think, I mean, there's like 40 people I think that have a good chance of making the top 6. But if
2024 hatchet rules is like knife.
yeah, like anything can happen. Like because you just
Anything.
throw a 3 and lose. Like I lost at Commissioner's Cup because of a drop essentially, but
Yeah.
but I also could have just won the other game, right? And it just took a throw. We were tied. I missed kills, whatever.
Right.
Um,
I do think that in 24 the better throwers tend to rise to the top more often.
Yeah.
Like in knife, like
Definitely more so than any 2023 hatchet or 2025 hatchet. Like that,
you're not going to see the 1 seeds lose their first game like you did in 23.
I don't think you will either. Yeah, I think
You're not going to see 3 of them lose game 1.
Yeah. 2023, yeah, 3 out of the 4 1 seeds. The 1 seed in each bracket, except for me, went to B immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah. There's probably, I think maybe that'll happen in 1 bracket, but I don't think it'll happen in 3.
Right.
And I don't think it'll happen really in that bracket either.
Yeah, I don't think it will either.
And again, this is not like Garrett is fantastic thrower. He just hasn't thrown as much from 15 foot. He hasn't gone to as many tournaments.
But he did find an axe that worked for him though.
Yeah. He's picked it up a lot since the beginning of the year, for sure.
Right.
So I think that I don't think he's going to do poorly. I just don't think he's the overall 1 seed if you're just looking at
So Devontae was at the Gator games. Devontae, how many people, like, were people throwing kill shots on 5? Like 4 and 5 when they were throwing from 12 feet, or were they actually throwing from 15 feet? Because I think that's probably going to be, I think that could be a thing for Worlds because of the amount of people who probably have not been throwing 15 feet. I think there might be people who try to go from 12.
I think there definitely can be people that try, but the same people that try to do it there are not going to do very well from 15, I feel like. Most of them. I think there's a chance, but
Yeah,
So
we
I'm
saw
okay
that.
with letting my opponent do it, and even if they hit it going up 2 points or 3 points.
Yeah.
I was okay with that. I was okay with that during the year because I wasn't that bad from 15 foot. But now that I haven't been throwing 15 foot, I'm a little bit.
I might. I say that
he's doing the Tyler Flynn thing where he's trying to say he's not doing that good, and he'll do just fine.
I mean, I legit did not do well in Arizona in Big X or Hatchet.
That's
or really knife.
Totally true.
What about Big Axe Hatchet Knife? What did you say?
In Arizona, I didn't do that well, and then I got motivated to practice Big Axe, and it worked.
Yeah.
Devontae said it was a mixture, a mixture of those. Oh yeah, John was there too. I didn't see anyone throw on 5 and 10 other than myself, unless they threw with me.
I mean, I don't know if they threw on 10. I didn't watch the whole video, but Devontae posted one video of him and Dylan throwing, and they both went up on 5. But
I know that Dylan, even
Dylan
last year, he did go up on 12 a lot, or from 12 feet a lot. But when his kill shot percentage is, that good. I mean,
for me,
I feel pretty confident throwing from 12, but I still don't think that I would. I don't think that I would do it at Worlds. I mean, unless
Even
unless
when
I
I had,
pick
like-
up my 15-foot axe and it just sucks terribly, I don't anticipate throwing from 12.
Yeah. So I mean, who are our picks then? Lucas, Dylan, Neil, Joe,
Justin,
Dylan,
Justin.
Joe, Justin. And then I think there's another 10
This
people that are
obviously
like
gonna-
right behind that, though.
Right. Like, so
Yeah.
we're never gonna get all 6 because there's gonna be like 2 wild cards, right? Like, who
Yeah.
no one's gonna expect.
where
And like, we probably just picked 3 people that are all in the same bracket, and only one of them can make it out.
Right.
how wrong
That's
do you
true.
think the hatchet one was?
It's just off by 1 because there's one person that got.
But I think it was low, right?
I don't remember how low they were, but they were higher than I expected.
Oh, they were higher.
They
Well,
were like
So
they were like 100th or something, which
well, Ryan Smith's like the last seed in Hatchet, so
yeah.
yeah, next to last seed.
he'll play into Garrett.
Yeah, but he's like I think he's the
Oh
third.
no!
next
So
to
in
Garrett.
your bracket that you made, if this match did not change, and everything is correct, Michael Barton has Smith in the first round.
Yeah, but I also think that Michael Barton or Smith have like a 30% chance of making it out of that bracket,
100%.
anyways.
But that
It sucks
bracket
they have to play each
bracket
other,
is
'cause I think
got a lot of. I mean, Corley's in that bracket. I mean, like I said, as long as nothing has changed, David Klein's in that bracket. Austin Bach's in that bracket. Austin threw good.
I was saying Austin
2024.
actually was really good. 24 Worlds. I was going to mention like
Nick Kay's in that bracket.
David Klein beat me at the
Eli,
Pro-Am,
I
right?
think,
MCAM.
is in that bracket.
Yeah.
If
I mean, there's
everything
definitely
is the way it was.
he
let's
is
see.
there, Devontae, because that is how he's seated.
Well, we'll get
Sort
into
of.
that. I think that is very incorrect, but
Yeah, but it's as incorrect as the throwers from Japan being
because
the last.
he earned tournament CP that Waddle stripped from him
Why?
Why did they strip him?
because he never registered as a pro because he didn't have a league, so he never declared for because it said you had to declare before your league, and he never threw a league.
Oh,
So even though he came in like 4th in a tournament in the open bracket, and everyone else with any amount of CP in open earned a bid, they didn't give him a bid because he wasn't technically declared an advanced thrower.
So here's a match that I would like to see if nothing changed. So because this came from AmChamps, this one likely is not going to be the same because if you think that person that got added in went
Yeah.
higher, originally, John Cotter, you were set to potentially
Like
throw
Hagen.
against Hagen first
Yeah.
round. I think that would have been cool.
I don't think that Rander has a bid, Joe. But I don't know of any strictly or primarily IETF guys that are throwing. I didn't look at everybody on the list, but I don't think there's anybody, Eric, that
Goose
comes to
would be the only one that I could think of.
And Kevin, no, brackets are not up, but this
No.
is just a preliminary look at it. And I think Jimmy asked about making a prediction sheet. Yes, so as soon as they release actual brackets, which I'm told shouldn't change after they make them, then once they do that, I will make a challenge
Based
prediction.
on their rules, they shouldn't change. Once
Well,
they're made.
If somebody drops out, I do think that they should, but
Yeah, depending on where
Totally-
the person is, especially.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Well, so no, what we did before, and I think what it did is, if someone drops out, they will take them out of the bracket that they are in, but they will not reseed the rest of the brackets,
which is fine. Yeah.
which is totally like, I don't want to show up.
Unless it's like the 2 seed.
Right. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. if they're above like the top 25, then maybe you consider. If they have a bye, essentially, you should consider it.
John, that was the way it was, but I think it has changed since then. Tyler, did you
I don't
see
think anybody
Lucas's
Falco.
original bracket for you? Like who played into your first game? Like you had
No.
an annoying I mean obviously all the games are going to be hard, but like you had before, if this was how it was before any potential changes, it would have been Austin Hewson or Vale.
Nice.
So
And,
playing
and Hatchet.
Yeah, in Hatchet.
Nice. Well, I mean, I'm going 0-2 in Hatchet anyway. Whatever.
Shut up.
Yeah. Joe, yeah, so one person, the only thing I know is that I had a list. That list got changed slightly. Big X got added a person.
Phrase it a little
Have it.
differently. You didn't have a list that wasn't public. You had a publicly posted list.
Yeah. No, like I just had like my own list that I was using for seeding. Then they posted a list. I was missing a person, and there was a person that was missing on the list that I had. So Big X went down a person, and Hatchet went up a person. So the first thing that I made, I didn't go back and change it on challenge, so I don't know.
Yeah, big X. Somebody in the top 17 seeds left the Big X win.
It wasn't 17. Yours was the same on both. I have both lists. I can tell you who it is.
Oh, I thought I went from 17 to 16.
No, I can tell you who it is if you want to
okay.
know.
Well, I don't care who it is. No.
I have both things.
All right. Anyway, that's
Knife.
Hatchet. No one cared. Knife.
All right,
Who's winning?
what
Who's
Knife?
taking top 6?
Knife?
I don't know, but I do think it's funny that so like for the longest time, I don't know if you were listening earlier, but like all year I've basically thought that it was based on average, and I knew I was the one just from winning. But so then I was like, well, that sucks that Sebastian and Tommy are going to be 2 and 3. They're going to be on the same side. And then I was like, oh crap, it's not seeded that way. And I looked at the thing. Well, it's even worse than being 2 and 3. They're 2 and like 7. So they play each
Like
other.
the A semis of their bracket. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to play like 1 or 2 matches earlier than they would have, assuming that they win their matches. But I think that one of them has a really good chance. Just because I do have that bracket in front of me. Let's see.
I do think Knife is the one where like there are a lot of really good throwers who are at tournaments.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. There's like a lot of ways that you could. Here, I'm gonna share that with you guys so you can look at it. So just looking at it, I mean, there's like 6 people just right off the. I mean, Tony Luce plays Brandon Johnson.
Jeez.
Again.
I mean,
Jesus.
Maybe. So Tony and Brandon Johnson first round matchup. Tom Casper and Marcy. Joe, his potential second match could be Ben Zoyce.
that would not be fun. Yeah.
Michael Theodora, Raymond Dales.
Oh, really?
Sam Arias and David Corley.
That they play into each other, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm just saying their potential like second game. Everybody has like a tough second.
But I
game.
think Matthew Ogle did good out in Arizona too, so I don't know that I would say that he was 88th.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying like Catherine plays Colby Padel for her first game.
Colby throws.
Kyle plays John.
Yeah, that's what I said.
John.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, David Lewis and Austin Bach potential second game if David beats Grant Cram.
And Justin has Sam Gardner right off.
Gardner. Stephen Thorgerson and Stephen Fort could be a good game.
Yeah.
There's so many good games in here.
Like Dan Steele looked like he was pretty well this weekend.
Brett and Jeb too.
Yeah, like
Oh, I mean, Kat Wiederholt throws really good knife. I mean, depending on what happens with Thomas's games, like they could play each other.
Aiden Kent and Ernest Redmond could be a good game.
Tom Corey, didn't he just win the tournament at Dylan's video?
Yeah.
And him and Sean Daniels first round.
I just saw that if I win my first one, I have Dustin Wellman.
Yeah, not fun at all.
Chris Dubois and Brian Hoots.
Oh, here we go. Look at
Sebastian
Sebastian.
Arnold's going to play Arabic.
What's
or
that?
Jeb.
Yeah, like
Sebastian play Brett or Jeb or Nigel first. I mean, because Knife is literally like a drop away from.
Knife sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I lost last year. I was up 7, dropped, and he had a kill.
Yeah. Well, I lost to Ben Zoyce at the President's Day tournament here because he hit both kills. And all I needed was like a 4, and I dropped.
Dylan could potentially with Matt Ball. Matt throws knife well. TJ and John Cotter, that'll be a good match.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of good matches. I mean, there's going to be so many good games. Knife was really interesting last year just to watch. Because I think I
would love for this bracket to be this. I would love to watch Mike Coombs and Hagen throw in first round.
I had probably, I guess I was in the second bracket because I got to watch a lot of the first bracket, I think. And Kump was the 1 seed, and he had to play.
Hagen's going to go far in knife.
The guy that was throwing really well out of Anvil or somewhere around there.
Kenson.
He got so lucky too because that guy just didn't. There's tournament experience, and why tournament experience matters because he
went up. He went up when he was only down like 2 and did not. And he missed, and Kump dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if he would have just stayed down.
I think Kenson threw out of Main Street last year.
Yeah, somewhere. I just knew it was like
basically like he dropped, so thought that he had to go up, even though but he was
Kump was like baffled when because then he dropped on it and he was like, and that's why.
I think that the other guy thought that he was down 3 when he dropped, but he was up
I think
3.
I think that he talked to him afterwards, and I think that was the case, that it was just the score.
I thought
he mixed up.
Thought it was a 3-point game. He thought that he was down 3, so that drop would have put him like down 8.
Yeah, knife is wild, especially looking at this bracket. Like there's so many. Like Neil throws against Marsha Lozier. Like I just saw some video with Marsha, I think, throwing in it earlier, and she was smoking.
Yeah. All right, I gotta get going here soon. It's late here.
It's late. It's like 10:30.
Yeah. Well, I got like an 11-hour day tomorrow.
11 hours. Shoot. Did you get all those things done? Those classes you had to do?
Yeah. So now I'm like starting actually doing some of the teaching stuff. So
nice. All right. Why don't we do? We want to take some quick questions from people.
Sure.
Lucas or Tyler. Or if not, no other things we want to talk about. This is a long episode. We're a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, we're getting close to 2 hours. We still have 23 people watching it. At least mine says 23.
Is that what it says? Let's see. Yeah, pretty good.
Anybody have any questions? Anything you want us to talk about? That's the real question.
Yeah, anything?
We'll talk about, since Mike Garita's talking, aim games going pretty good. I see that Justin decided to throw and beat my score, so now I have to try again. I've been trying. I was throwing I would throw like 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day. Just come home and try a couple before I really came inside almost. And it got cold again, so I stopped doing that. So I haven't thrown in a little while.
Okay, so we have a couple questions. Top 6 in Big X and duels.
Tyler.
I've never won
No.
Worlds.
Oh,
in Big X.
I did I did think of a question while we were gone, which top six, I mean, big axe, I don't know. Um, it was
Okay,
ruining,
I do think that I should come top six, but I don't like
yeah.
winning is
Like
so hard. Like
I would love for you to beat me to go to ESPN. Like I would be honored.
like in duels, I wish that our duels match was like we could have beaten the former champs on ESPN. I think it would have just been a cooler story.
Yeah, but we were in
Like
the
it
same
was cool
bracket.
that we had to beat you to go there. Like
Yeah,
I'm glad that we had to play you as much as I didn't want to play you, if that made sense.
Sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I would love for you to make it on the broadcast, beating me. So that meant I would still get top six, which is cool.
sure. I could try to make that happen.
Yeah, like I'll try my best to make it happen too, but no promises. I haven't looked at that bracket and know how it'll go. But I mean,
It's
again, there's with, with two kills. This is the first time that there's been a worlds with two kills. I do think that there's a lot of stuff that this is where tournament experience could come into play more so because there is a little bit more strategy, a little bit more of knowing your opponent, knowing yourself, um, how the game has gone, what kind of position you can be in based upon throw six and things like that. So uh, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see kind of how it shakes out. Um, like I've been throwing no step most of the year, like half of the year last year, and I still feel like I'm still figuring it out. Like I'm not nowhere near as comfortable as I was with the step. Um, so I don't know, like I could have a day where I hit 70% bulls, and I could have a day where I hit like 40% bulls, and then I probably won't make it very far.
yeah.
So it'll just kind of
Well,
depend on the day.
I think yeah. What showed me too, like in that Michigan tournament, right? Small tournament,
Yeah.
right? Only like 17 people or whatever. I like yeah. I went 19 for 99 kills. I had to go for 19 out of 20 kills,
Yes. Yeah, that was kind of
which
where I
is
was at.
like
I didn't have to go for as many as you. I actually threw better bullseyes than you,
yes, you did.
but the only time I really did it were three games. I had a four in one of them, which just eliminated all the sixes I had thrown. And then the other two games I won because I
Right.
did actually hit my only kills in
Yeah.
those games. But I missed so many kills that I put myself in really bad positions a lot of games, but luckily other people weren't hitting their kills, or I was able to like just lose a game and come back and win the next two type of thing. So
So
Although
Eric
we
just
did
asked,
talk, this was the only time that we faced where the
where the
person
person
ahead
winning,
won every time.
yes,
Eric just asked a good question. Knowing your opponent, do you guys have books on everyone who throws in the top 100? I think that is the tournament experience thing. Because we've gone to so many tournaments, we've seen a lot of people throw. Kind of have an understanding of the people. Now Tyler, I think, has most people's stats like memorized in his head, but at
oh,
least
I don't,
some of the percentages.
No, I just know like general,
Yeah,
yeah,
like I know that like
and
hey,
if
top 10
and if
people
you
have around
watch
this, like the next 25 have this, like
And if you watch the other throwers at the tournaments too, like and you can kind of get an idea of potentially when people are going to go hot and cold just based on percentages. A lot of
yeah.
times.
And knowing yourself too, like there's just sometimes when you know like you're not gonna hit what you want to hit or
yeah. There's I don't know. There's just Big Axe now at least has the chance for a little bit of strategy where you can bet on yourself to hit a six, or you can, you know, not be in a worse position by staying down on six.
right.
And the other person, I mean, they could, you know, go up and hit seven and eight and win. And I would be okay with that type of thing.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. Big X, I think, has the opportunity to be the most strategic, possibly. Um, Knife and Duel still easily the most exciting, probably. And then Hatchet, boring. Who cares?
I don't know. Hatchet could be fun this year. Only like from like a suspenseful like. It could be total. It could be all different people. Like than what your norm. Like
Hatchet.
it could be.
Eh, I think it's actually the other way around. I don't think it's going to be
Yeah,
any
I think it like the
quite the
23
opposite. I think in
holds.
2023 could have been different people and kind of was.
True.
Right.
True.
I mean, to an extent. I mean, not like it wasn't people that you didn't know, but for Neil to win his bracket was probably not in, if you ran a prediction for that, Neil was finishing near the top of his bracket, but probably not winning it a lot of times in a prediction, but he did. Whereas I think there's still like a set group of people that most likely that's going to be who makes it out of their brackets for
Right.
this.
I think John went out fairly early last year, and I don't think he will this year.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, yeah, it just is a 2023, like anybody could have lost any game.
Very true.
Whereas 24, I don't know that that's as much the case until later rounds. Like, obviously,
Right.
you can have a slip up, but I think you're just as likely to have both throwers slip up and have a 3-3 type of situation. But
Right.
you could totally be wrong. I mean, I don't know.
And then I think duels is essentially just like 23, right? Like it's just kill shots and duels at this point.
Pretty much. It's going to be kill shots and like,
Don't drop.
I don't know, whose collision knocks them into the 4 instead of falling out, or
Right.
Yeah.
accidentally it's a weird Robin Hood instead of a drop. Like those little things are going to be the difference, and then like one drop is just going to ruin it,
Correct.
right? Like, so I think you could easily see teams that do really well, like 3 games in a row, have a drop, and then lose that game because of the drop, and then the next game be down 1 point, double hit from the other team, and they're done.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta go live a dog second.
Right. My dog is also running, and that's probably just a good time for me to sign off here. But
Okay. Well, if you want to sign off, I'll go back to our main screen, and then when Lucas gets back, we'll close it out. So,
right.
Thanks for joining us, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Made the episode a lot more interesting. So, as
Longer,
always.
you mean?
Well, I
All
mean,
right.
interesting too. I mean, we always have good conversations. So, yeah. So, thanks for joining us.
All right. See you guys in like a week and a half.
Yep. We'll see. A week and a half. Week and
Yeah.
2 days. Wednesday.
So don't say those things.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week, bub.
All right. See ya.
All right. See ya. All right. So, yeah, like I said, once Lucas gets back, we will.
We kicked Tyler off. Finally.
Tyler just left. Yep.
I didn't even need to let the dog Tyler to leave.
See if there was any other good questions and comments. I thought that there was one.
There was somebody. Somebody said, well, I'm scrolling all the way back up. Jimmy and Michael, yeah, I've been throwing only outside. The winds suck.
Eric's asked if we think anybody's going to be breaking 60 in knives. I think that it's possible, but it'll have to be like the right situation.
I mean, I think maybe somebody throws one. If somebody throws one at Worlds, it was out of reach already. And they went up for 2 kills just for fun. That's my guess. I don't think you see any like close games. It's 50. Well, it's anybody's got like 44 to 44 tied going into throw 9 and 10 and they double hit.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I mean, it definitely could happen, but I don't see it happening probably. Devontae, I don't know if it's not a hand work accepting or extending that timer out, but how do you handle that though in terms of knowing that you're off? Yeah, I think it's just kind of trying to figure out what you're doing and try to remember, like try to get back to like a routine and trying to do something. And in Big X, you're kind of in a good position that you can kind of change things up a little bit, like by staying down. I mean, if you're down one going into throw seven and you don't call kill shot, are you really in a worse position than if you do? Like,
I think one of the hardest things too for Worlds is going to be like remembering strategy from.
yeah, it's
It's
just
a little different.
can't tell you guys all the secrets, but maybe. uh,
Yeah, big X though. I mean, definitely. I'm so glad that they didn't make any changes like they were going to, because it would have ruined the ability to have strategy, I think.
dual 6-6, most throws is a lock. No, I don't think so. I mean, I think you'll have a lot of games that there are people that throw a lot of 6-6, but you'll see a lot of 6-5. So, but maybe. If you're perfect through on 8 knives, are you going for it? I mean, if it's in league, yeah. If it's a tournament, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
They don't hand out checks for throwing 64s. If they start doing that, count me in. I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
Ooh,
we didn't
Catherine.
mention Kev.
Oh,
Kev's been throwing fire and knife.
yeah. He just didn't have a match. When I went through the thing, his matchup wasn't somebody that I
His
knew.
was he had a buy and
Matches
as a play in, I think, right?
him. Catherine, how many people are signed up for the Knife Queen thing?
We got another.
Oh, another bot? Come on.
I'll get it. Add to block list.
All right. Eric, yeah, no, I don't care about being the first one to throw the 64 in knife. It wouldn't be that exciting, unfortunately. It would be way cooler.
The problem is, I think, with knife is it wouldn't be as exciting because I feel like even though you are a skilled knife thrower, there's still so much luck as well
Yeah,
into
they
it.
do give out a title for this. I would much rather win another one of these than be the first person to throw a 64. So like, but that's just a personal thing. Like there are other people that if they get the opportunity to go for it in, a tournament, they're going to go for a 64. But I'm just not, that's not what I'm focused on necessarily. So, a dozen. Okay. I was just curious. I don't know what else is going on that morning. I was just probably going to come hang out and throw some, but yeah,
What's that?
I just curious how many people were throwing Thursday morning.
Oh,
Catherine said there's like a dozen people coming up. That's fine. That yeah, I would have two though, Yosh. Nah, I don't think that that's necessarily a thing. Again, my goal is just to not go 0-2. Joe Devine, your ears ringing? What, going for a 64 when it wasn't necessarily? Hey, what? That's crazy. Nah, it's I don't know. I think Worlds is going to be really interesting though. I'm just gonna go try to have some fun, try to not suck, not go into in anything, and just kind of see where it shakes out. I
yeah.
think Hatchet's gonna be the hardest for me personally, just because I'm not even the slightest bit confident in that. Um, I do think I'm gonna throw my old axe, so the axe that you saw me throw, like those couple of throws, I'm not even gonna throw it.
Shut up! Really?
Yeah.
You said you were switching to that one.
Well, I was going to, I thought, but I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah. If you guys saw him throw the throws with that, I mean, it was dumb. It was like, why am I even going to Worlds?
Yeah, but I'm not good.
Like
But I haven't
it
thrown it
hit
enough.
like dead center, perfect kill shots, 15 feet, one after another, after another, after another, after another. It was just like, well, shit.
Nah. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna throw it. So we'll see.
I mean, right now at this point,
Maybe
you haven't been throwing the other one. I mean, it's just like it's all gonna be new.
it is, but I don't know. I need to maybe practice with both and then make a decision. So yeah, I think that's it. We're right at 2 hours. I think we should call it.
Yeah, I'm good with it. And if
I
nobody
didn't
else
even-
has any good topics in the next 12 seconds
One-
until we
I didn't even win my basketball bet, so it was just all around terrible night.
Oh man, what was your
It's
bet?
over. It was like some dude to score 20 points and only
Oh
got
yeah,
16.
PJ Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, he sucked. They had somebody on the bench score 22 points, but he didn't.
All right. No good questions or topics. Thank you guys for joining us. We had a very active chat tonight.
Eric, if you're
Still
bringing
got.
Canadian Kit Kat, I will buy some off of you. I don't want a ton, but I would take like 4, 5.
Yeah, just bring like an entire box and we'll split it.
Sure.
But thank you guys for joining us. We, like I told Tyler, we will see all of you who are going to Worlds in a week and 2 days. If you're coming in on Wednesday for the relay, when are the cutoffs again?
5:30.
5:30 on Wednesday.
Yeah, you got to be there. Be there and signed up by Thursday.
No,
I mean by 5:30. By 5:30. I don't know
by
why I said
5:30
Thursday.
on Wednesday.
Be there and signed up by 5:30.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, if we don't see you before the bracket starts at Worlds, good luck. Otherwise, hopefully everybody shows up at Lumberjack Johnny's to participate in relay. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Adios.